Samuel Adams Rebel IPA is one of the latest West Coast style India Pale Ale beers from the Boston Beer Company. This West Coast variation of the IPA proved to be a different direction for Sam Adams. The company has since released the Rebel Rouser, which is a double IPA version of the Rebel IPA. Should Sam Adams stick to the older lineup of beers, or is the Rebel IPA worth checking out? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews.
What up, guys? Yeah, today we got Sam Adams Rebel IPA. I have never had this before. I haven't had a Sam Adams in a while, actually. It's nothing against Sam Adams. It's just, usually I'll just go for the other small micro beers. But I don't know. Let's get this cracked open. Now, if you've watched previous episodes of mine, the whole thing is a little different. I'm kind of fiddling with it. I got a brand new kind of channel. It's a little different. I'll put a link in it up that you can check out. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a fun little station. I got a model. We got some decent eye candy to check out, and we are doing booze and all sorts of stuff. And it's different, but check it out. Definitely appreciate it. But anyways, all right, we got the Rebel IPA poured. Let's give it a whiff. So now we're going to start the review with the smell. Well, here. Alright, that's the, it's got your IPA kind of, it's definitely that, it calls it a West Coast IPA. It definitely has that Pacific Northwest, bitterness going on. It's got that kind of grapefruitiness a little bit. But not like super tart or whatever grapefruit. It's more of it's citrusy, but I'm gonna say almost like a part grapefruit, part like orange. So it's not quite to that level. It is floral. It's a little piney in there. There's something else in there. It's yeah, citrusy, piney. There's it's. I'm not sure. There's something else in there that I can't put my finger on. I think it smells all right. I'm gonna recommend it on the aroma. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be totally digging the taste. I don't know. Since I've moved out kind of West Coast area, it's get really banged over the head with it. And so you can get, I don't know, for me, you get a little worn down on the, same similar beer over and over. But we shall see. So let's check out the taste. Yeah, it's definitely an IPA. So you got that kind of that tart bitterness that's that kind of grapefruity. You can really kind of make sure your tongue, top of your mouth. There's definitely the piney aroma flavor going on. A bit nutty. There's a little nuttiness to it. I find that grapefruit bitterness kind of starts to kind of dive into the nuttiness. Like it starts as that grapefruity, and just kind of as it goes down your flavor vortex, it kind of goes to almost like a nuttiness to it. The pine is kind of always there. It's just kind of hanging out in the background. I just did a Michelob Ultra review. This one actually has something, flavor involved. It's very earthy. That's definitely a real earthy kind of, whatever. I feel like if you took a walk in the woods up in somewhere in Oregon off the coast. This is kind of like almost what you smell. Just, you went camping up. Have you ever gone camping up on like the Pacific Northwest? And you wake up by the water. It's kind of, this is what it kind of reminds me of. It's almost like a, yeah, there's definitely, there's that grapefruit bitterness, and I feel like it's almost getting stronger as it gets a little warmer. But I don't know. I don't think it says the AB or the IBUs on this thing. I'm trying to think what this IBUs has to be kind of up there at least. I'm gonna say it's got to be at least in the 60s, if not higher than that. It might be getting between 65, 75 if I'm just spitballing a number. I'll check it out and throw it up, see what it is. But there's nothing like super special to me about this particular IPA. I find it tastes like a lot of other West Coast IPAs. It's just kind of piney. It's kind of that grapefruit, citrus, hoppiness, and just a little earthy. And there's not much distinction in there. And for me, it's gotten to the point with IPAs, you really have to kind of wow me, because there's so many IPAs out there now that a lot of them just start to taste really similar, and it's just like I want some distinction, and this doesn't really have it. It's not a terrible one if you are a big IPA fan. If you like the West Coast kind of piney thing that's out of the Pacific Northwest, you'll like this probably. For me, it tastes okay, but it's not my favorite. I'm gonna give it a half on taste. But all right, next is value for price, and I mean it costs what Sam Adams beer is going to cost, which is basically you take your super mainstream like Buds and Millers or whatever, and then you got your micros, and Sam's right kind of in the middle, and so which is, it's gotten to the point though where Sam Adams is so largely produced. It almost feels like the price should start to come down a little bit, but I mean, I'm guessing the material they use in the beers maybe a little more expensive than your average Budweiser. So price is fine, you pretty much know what you're getting. So yeah, I'll recommend it for value and price. And next category is distinction. How distinct is it? I don't think it's distinct at all. I think it just tastes like the last half dozen IPAs I've had. It's, there's nothing that's going to bring me back and like, wow, that was different, or that was interesting. It's, you've had this before, even if you actually haven't had it before. I think that probably sums it up pretty nicely. So I'm not going to recommend on distinction because I don't think it's distinct. All right, next is drinkability. I'm going to give this another swig. Okay, maybe I overestimated on the IBU a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's okay. Drinkability is, with an IPA, it's always going to be slower than stuff that's not super bitter. And so, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a half on drinkability. You can get through it. You could probably do a second one. At least for me, I can't do a whole bunch of IPAs at once. That's just too bitter. I have to switch it up a little bit. But so yeah, I'm gonna give it a half of drinkability. And all right, last category is would I buy it again? And I'm not gonna go to the store looking for it. If it's at the store, I'm probably just gonna pass. I'll either try a different IPA I haven't had before, or just altogether be like, nah, I get it. I don't need to try it again. If I was at, say, a baseball game or whatever, and it's one of the few other options besides your run-of-the-mill stuff, then I think I would probably go that route The good thing with Sam Adams is it is a little more widely available, especially at sporting events, so you have a little more flavorful option than just the general norm that you would find at a sporting event. So I'm not anti getting it again. I'm not going to search out for it, but if it's available and there's really no other options, I'd do it. So I'm going to give it a half. So, yeah, that would be the review of Samuel Adams Rebel IPA. If you've had it before, let me know in the comments. Maybe you absolutely love it. Maybe you kind of agree with me. It's just another IPA to kind of take up space on the shelf. But, yeah, let me know what you think of the review. If you liked it, please subscribe and please like the channel. And the video. That'd be, totally awesome. If you could, check out my new channel. It's going to be fun. We're just starting to put videos up. You will have the really nice eye candy, so it's not just me. It's not just this mug. But yeah, it is called The Adventures of B and G. B Brittany, G Grayson, and yeah, that is about it. So for now, for me and for Sam Adams Rebel IPA, take it easy. Hey guys, thanks again for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe to the station. And also, check out my new channel. It's called The Adventures of B&G. It's got some nice eye candy with the Los Angeles model. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a combination of me exposing her to booze, beer, whiskey, whatever. I expose her to my world and she exposes me to hers. So, it's a fun trip and check it out.